Liz, this tutorial is just for you. So I am going to do a smoky eye for you because I think that would look really perfect on you, and I'm going to try to get it close to what you had for your makeup when Erica did it for you for your wedding. So first, I'm going to use some foundation. And just put it all over my face. So first you really should moisturize your face first to make sure that you don't have any like dead skin or anything on your face. It just makes it like a really nice smooth canvas. And really make sure that you blend it into your nose and under your chin so that you don't get a weird line that shows where your makeup is. And now that we're getting a little bit older, if you're like me, you want to make sure it doesn't get caught in your crow's feet. Okay, then I'm going to let that dry for just a few seconds so that when you start to put your bronzer on, it doesn't get stuck into the wet makeup. So what I like to use is Bahama Mama. And the reason I like that one better than any other kind of bronzer is because it doesn't have any parabens in it. So it's healthier for your skin, and it's a really nice color. So this brush that I'm using is, it's called Flawless Radiance, and it's by Bare Minerals. So I don't use any Bare Minerals products, but it is a Bare Minerals brush. So, let's see how you can see this. Just gonna pat it in a little bit like this, and sort of just like buff it onto your face where the sun would naturally hit. Get it on your nose. And the extra will go all over your forehead. Make sure you really get your neck too. Kind of blend all that in. If you have any other blemishes, you want to try to cover them up first before you put the bronzer on. Okay. Now, this blush is kind of like a pinky corally color, and it's by Tarte. The color is called Dollface. Perfect for you. Also, the brush that I'm using is by e.l.f. and I just got this at Target. I think it was like $10 maybe. The first brush that I used for the bronzer is a little bit more concentrated so that you can kind of concentrate the areas that you're putting it in, and it's a little bit stiffer. And this is also made for the Bare Minerals like foundation product, so it's made for exactly what I was using it for, which is buffing makeup kind of like all over your face. And when I say buffing, I mean kind of like going in small circles all the way around your face, kind of like they show you in the Bare Minerals commercials. So this brush is a little bit softer and looser, which is good for putting powder in like small little places. So I just kind of brush it on the apples of my cheeks. And the apples are when you smiled. This part right here. This part. That gives you kind of like a cherub look. The part that you're probably really curious about is the eyes. So for me, to make sure that your makeup is going to stay for a while, I use a product by Benefit called Stay Don't Stray. And this is a primer, and that just helps keep your makeup on, specifically your eye makeup, for as long as you need it to. This also works to keep concealers in place too. So if you have a blemish or something that you're trying to cover, it'll help to make sure that the makeup stays on top of the blemish. Okay, so you just kind of put it on your fingertip and blot your fingers together, and then you start with one eye. Kind of blend it out and around. Getting into the crease to make sure it really gets in there. Ooh. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a matte eyeshadow. When I say matte, I mean that there's no glitter or sparkle or anything to it. It just gives a natural light look to your eye to kind of open your whole eye up. So I'm just going to take this brush, it's an eyeshadow brush, and you can find any of these like at Target or something. And the colors that I'm using is in this 4 palette by CoverGirl. It's called, I don't know what it's called, it doesn't have that, oh, Coffee Shop. But I would just get this plain, the very lightest color. Where is it? How can I do it? Okay, right there. So just tap it in. And then just lightly cover your whole eye in that. This is kind of hard to do, so you may see me glancing up this because I'm trying to look in my mirror. I'm also going to take that same bigger brush and I'm going to go with kind of like a medium taupey color. This is by Mary Kay. It's called Granite. And it's not really a brown, it's not really a gray, it's sort of a mid-tone. I'm just going to go right in the crease with this, only in the crease. And it can be a little bit sloppy, I guess, not exact. And you can just kind of blend it in with your finger a little bit. Now, the best thing is to get a black eyeshadow. This one is by L'Oreal and it's called Raven. It's really old. So there's probably a better one that you can get now, but black. And don't be scared of it, because a little bit's going to go a long way. I'm going to actually use a little bit smaller of an eyeshadow brush, and you can see the difference in between both of these brushes. This one has like a really fluffy top, which is good for kind of putting color all over your eye, and this one is better for concentrating on small little areas. So basically, I can try to describe this as just kind of like drawing with a pen. So I'm just going to gently touch this across just 2 times. Tap twice to get some of the excess off. And literally just like you're drawing, just in the crease. The other eye. You can kind of bring it down underneath your eye to sort of open it up a little bit. Now you can repeat this step again. Just run it across, literally like 2 times like this, tap it off, and literally just kind of like dot it in just the creased part of the eye. And the other eye. Okay, So then you should be good. Sometimes I take the brush that I use my bronzer on, that I use to apply my bronzer, and I just kind of go underneath my eye just to catch any loose powder or loose eyeshadow and get that off. I like to use liquid eyeliner. It's just easier for me. But if you have like a regular like crayon kind of eyeliner, just make sure that point is really sharp. Okay. So this one is L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic. And it literally looks like just like a pen. So similar to how I applied the eyeshadow, you want to apply this onto your eyelid. Now all you have to do is just hold your eyelid kind of taut like this. How am I going to do this? Look at my little mirror right here. Hold your eye taut and just kind of draw a line. Start out a little bit more and then just kind of work your way in. So you sort of don't want it to be a cat eye in the sense that it's gonna like wing out, but you want it to be smaller here and kind of get thicker out at the top. And try to keep your eyebrows raised so that so while the eyeliner is wet, it doesn't actually get on your other eyelid. So I'm going to do the other one now. Just kind of draw, just like a pen. Just make your line a little bit thicker as it gets toward the end. So, you're probably going to notice on this eye, there's sort of like a little space in between my eyelashes and the eyeliner. That's okay, because I'm actually going to let this dry a little bit. I'm just going to kind of fan it. And that's going to help it to, I'm going to do another line to help it kind of set and make sure that it stays dark. If you just do one coat, it's kind of like doing one coat of mascara, where it'll stand out but not nearly as much as you want it to. So I'm going to go over it one more time and kind of fill in any of the spots that we missed. So for the first eye, okay, so that's pretty subtle, and I think that this kind of eyeliner always looks really clean. I know this is going to be a little bit different on you because you have different eyes than me. I think that what tends to happen when you do a smoky eye and you kind of smudge the eyeliner into your lid, it ends up kind of looking sort of muddy because there's not really a distinction in between like where your lash line is and where your like where the crease in your eye is. There's like really no definition, so I think it tends to look kind of dirty. So this is the way that I've found that gives you a smoky eye where you have like the dark colors in the crease that gives a really nice contrast between your actual eyelid where the crease is and a nice dark crisp clean line where your eye liner is. So then you're going to take a mascara. The one that I'm using is Mega Plush Volume Express. but I didn't actually like the brush on this, so I have the brush from my other mascara that I cleaned off, which is, it's also by Maybelline. I think it's Volume Express maybe. But the Maybelline is my favorite mascara if you're gonna buy like an inexpensive one. Just kind of clean this off. And just kind of wiggle it. From the base to the tip of the eyelashes. Kind of go out and repeat with this second eye. And usually what I do to apply the mascara is I kind of put the brush here, I sort of wiggle it and I blink. And that helps to get all of the mascara onto my eyelashes. Then I'm just going to repeat that again. And another good thing when you're putting mascara on is if you pump the wand into the rest of the container, it's actually going to force air down into it and make your mascara dry out a little bit faster. So instead of doing that, if you try swirling it like this instead, that will get you more product on the brush without getting air into the container. So I like to focus mostly on my upper eyelashes. If you want to, you can do a third coat, so it would just basically be the same thing. Now for lips. You want your lipstick to stay all day. Just kind of put a chapstick on really lightly. You can also put some of the same primer that you did on your eyes, on your lips too. So for Susie's engagement pictures, what I did is I did this exact same trick. And especially for photographs, you're going to want to do your makeup a little bit darker than you're used to doing it so that it stands out in the pictures. And I don't mean make it like super dramatic so that it doesn't look like you, but just kind of think like drama makeup. You know, you want to see it from far away, so you want to add on a little bit more than you normally would. So no matter what lipstick color you're using, if you line your lips with a neutral pencil, no matter if the lipstick starts to fade away, the actual line of your lips will still be the same color. So if you're going to do your lips like a bright red, I would still line my lips in like a neutral or like a light pink color. So this one is by Rimmel, and it's called East End Snob. And it's just kind of like a real plain pink color. I'm just gonna line my lips and kind of gently fill them in. Now I think for you, it would be nice to have like your eyes be a little bit heavier and your mouth to be a little bit lighter or a pinkier color. So it's all about balance. making sure that like one feature is going to stand out. So if you really want to do something like bright red lips, then you might want to go with a little bit softer eyes. For this look, I'm going heavier on the eyes and something a little bit paler on the lips. The color that I'm using on my lips today is by Bourjois, and that's like a really expensive one. I just got this as a gift, and it's called Lovely Rouge. Put the lipstick on, and you're good to go. If you want to add a little bit more on to just kind of brighten it up, that's fine. Just kind of darken up the eyeshadow here. But hopefully that gave you a better idea of how to do your makeup for any special occasion. So I hope that was really helpful, and I can't wait to talk to you and see how it all went. Okay, love ya. Mwah. Bye.